This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56 through 58. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. And if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, thy God. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and bishops and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. To the hopeful elect, 144,000, shalom, and the rest of the great multitude, men, women, and children, that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Al-Gabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and I started this lesson with Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right, just showing you, that this is going to be a lesson dealing with the women of our nation, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and just how, accurate and how on point the scriptures are. All right. And whether you want to believe it or not, lately the spirit's been getting on the so-called black woman. All right. Getting on her nastiness, her disgustingness, her rudeness, her lewd behavior, her ultimately being out of order, her disrespect, her hatred for the so-called black man, and just all of her foulness, man, which is in these last days, the Lord is truly, putting a spotlight and, he's putting the spirit on this prophets the whole world really to get on the so-called black woman, because she is completely out of order. She's a brute beast. She's an animal. She can't be tamed. And she is completely just, undesirable and really the worst woman on the planet Earth right now. All right. And that don't mean that all so-called black women are this way. Let's keep it real. Not all. We're not saying all women are like this. We got, some of the sisters that are really in this truth, that are diligently trying to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that have repented, that have put away, their wickedness and their evilness and are trying to do the right thing. All right. This is not a lesson for you. This is for the 2/3, the wild, wicked, funky, stank ass, as my man Jeremy Hill would say, musty back heifers out there, which I'm going to show a video from Jeremy Hill, which this is fair use. I'm not making any money off of this video. I'm just using it to edify. All right. Like the scriptures say, hey, man, believe it or not, the so-called black woman, back in the ancient world, when we were somewhat in our right minds, used to be a delicate and tender woman. She had all her hair. She was somewhat in her right mind. She was respectful. She was literally the complete opposite of what you see, what she is now. As hard as that is to believe, there was a point to where the so-called black woman was not as fucked up as she is now. And who do we have to thank? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, going all the way back to the garden. Because the majority of our women, they are drunk off of that Babylon juice. She's still in cahoots with the serpent when you read in the book of Genesis, and now look at the result of it. And the main point I want to get into is right here in the 56th verse, where it says, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughters. And that's one thing we notice about the black woman, man. Her eye is evil toward, who's mainly her husband, the so-called black man, which she has no respect for. She doesn't respect his authority. Every opportunity she gets, she's talking down on him, treating him like shit, being a complete demon. And also to, what does it say? Towards her son and toward her daughters. All right. And it's just plainly evident. And I'm going to show you a prime example of it, Hey, and this is the curses that has befell our people. And you got 2/3 of our people who are continuously walking in wickedness, who are continuously doing the wrong thing, who are continually being rebellious against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and refuse to humble and repent and come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in all truth and sincerity. And these curses are heavily upon the 2/3 of our people, man. And what does it say? Her eyes shall be evil toward her husband, and towards her son and her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. All right. And it says here what? That she will eat them. And guess what? We're going to see this in these latter days when the time of Jacob's trouble come. You see these black women that'll put their children in the microwave, that'll leave their kids in a hot ass car in the middle of the summertime, that'll go and leave their 2-year-old or 3-year-old in a house by themselves for 4 to 5 days just to go on a girl's trip to go party and shank her stinking ass and be a slut, be a tramp, be a hoe, and be a freak. Hey, in these days that are coming, this same woman is going to be eating her children secretly in the siege, man. All right. And the only remedy, the only thing that could, save our people is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But the majority of our people do not want that. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be corrected. They don't want to change. You see? And they're going to be destroyed. All right. And I say all this to say this because I saw this video from the Jeremy Hill show, which is absolutely fucking disgusting, man. All right. And this is your queen. This is the so-called black woman. This is why, starting with the elders and the apostles, we are telling you, brother, stay away from the black woman, especially in these last days. She is literally out of fucking control, man. She is literally a straight demon. And like I said, this is not talking about all so-called black women. You got a lot of black women that are great mothers, that take care of their children, that are responsible, that do the things that they are supposed to do. Of course, they're out of order somewhat. They're not going to be 100% in order, but the majority of them, and 2/3 of them, like this demon you see right here in this picture, is a prime example of just how destroyed the so-called black woman is, man. What does it say? Black woman left her kids outside to die during the Hurricane Beryl. You see, and this is what I just read in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. This is the type of curses that are beholden upon our people. You see, and this is why this is why the Lord is going to destroy the majority of our people out here. And you can see the result of these curses upon the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you got women of the other tribes, certain Latin women, and women of the other tribes that do shit like this. But it's mainly the so-called black woman, man. And let's watch this shit, man. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of it. I'm not gonna play all of it, man. See, and this is why, man, you brothers need to be careful of who you putting babies in, especially these so-called black women, these ratchet ass, hood radish, demonic ass black women. They ain't right, man. Leave them the hell alone. You better get you a white woman. You better get you one of these women of the other nations, because hey, these Asian women, these white women, these Irish women, hey, they're all feeling the so-called black man. All right, and you Jakes better be careful out here who you putting your seeds in or who you are hanging around, man. And if you don't see in the spirit, hey, the Lord has a Scorpio on you so-called black women. All right. And these women are out of control. Hey, the demons are going to continue to get worse. They're going to continue to buck up and to get more and more out of control until they're utterly laid down by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So let's watch this, a little bit of it, and watch this horrible bullshit. But at the end, hey, and one of the children died too. But hey, this is one thing that our people won't understand is that, this is all the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And you can say, well, what kind of God would allow a little 1-year-old baby to be left in this situation, to be died? I don't want to worship a God like that. Well, you don't know what that little boy did in his past life. You see, this is something that people don't want to accept. Is the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and that reincarnation is a thing. All right, you pay for what you have done in the past. Nobody escapes the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, because one of the little boys died, and the other little boy, hey, the Lord had mercy on him. He didn't succumb to, the shit that you're about to see that took place in this video. So I'm just going to play this video, man. And like I said, stay away from the so-called black woman. All right. And when I say that, I'm talking about a particular type of so-called black woman, which is the majority of them, man. They ain't right. They ain't for you, so-called black man. They don't give a good goddamn about you. They're here to finesse you. They're here to get over on you. And if she could, she'll set your ass up to get killed for whatever it is that you got. And any of these black women, you first talk to them, and the first thing she's saying is, are you trying to spend some money on me? Go the opposite way, man. All right. You Jake need to stop being so goddamn simple and so goddamn in this simp type of spirit, just not vetting these women properly, man. And at the end of the day, man, if you see the black woman coming anywhere she at, she got them stupid ass eyelashes, she got that baby hair laid down, it'll be in your best interest, man. And I don't even take an interest. Just keep it moving and just keep walking, man. Like I said, get you one of these white women, get these Asian women, because they clocking Jake right now. They checking for you. All right. Hey, a lot of these women out here, they're seeing how the so-called black woman doesn't deserve a so-called good black man anymore. And and a lot of these women of the other nations are starting to see that whole stigma that, of course, you got a lot of niggas who ain't shit, but the average, the typical Jake that's working hard, a 9-to-5 working guy who goes to work every day, who take care of his responsibility. A lot of these other women are starting to see that the so-called black man ain't shit and don't want to raise his kids. A lot of that is because the so-called nigga woman is being a demon, and she runs the man off. She causes such chaos and such friction that the man don't even want to deal with the woman, or she'll put him up for child support, or she'll do him dirty and paint this untrue picture of a so-called so-called black man that the stigma now is that, oh, black men don't take care of their kids, they do all these things. But now they're starting to see who's the real culprit and who's the real the one that's really causing a lot of these families to be broken, and it's this goddamn demon. So let's check this out.
Boom. Okay, cut the music down. Couldn't get it on music this time. All right, let's get it.
Charges have been upgraded for the mother of the 4-year-old found dead in Vinton and the miracle baby found alive on the side of the interstate.
This kid spent 2 days out in the weather on the side of the highway.
25-year-old Aaliyah Jack of Lake Charles is now charged with second-degree murder, cruelty to a juvenile, and 2 counts of failure to report a missing child. Her bond has been set at $9.1 million. She's currently jailed in Mississippi. Jack is fighting extradition.
And Monday afternoon, something was spotted in the choppy water.
Yesterday, July the 8th, the sheriff's office received the call. There was a body.
And you see, it was the grandmother that reported the boys missing, because this trifling heifer here, this little demon, she didn't want those boys anymore. Because why? She wanted to live her life, man. She probably, the baby daddy probably wasn't around. She probably done ran him off. She probably such a goddamn demon, She probably done put him for child support, got custody, because the white man will do that. He won't let a so-called black man fight for his children. He'll give custody majority of the time to this goddamn black woman, to this demon, which is all set up in the spirit, because this devil wants to break the family. He wants, he doesn't want the Israelite man to be in order and to have his household in order. He wants confusion and destruction and to destroy us any way that he wants to. And this demon, she was looking for a way to get rid of them children, to where she just left him on the side of the highway in the middle of the hurricane, man. She was literally like, F these kids, left them and went on about her business, man. Because why? She wanted to be free from the responsibility that her laying on her back and allowing, men to go, raw. And she didn't want to take accountability for the responsibility of these 2 boys anymore. So she just left them out there in the middle of the hurricane. Just left them, man. And if you ain't telling me that, hey, that our women aren't cruel, as the scriptures say, then, hey, man, whatever. This is the prime example of just how cruel and how wicked the so-called black woman is. And that's why they got that saying, one of the most deadliest places for a black man is inside the womb of a black woman. And that's true. And guess what? Even outside of the womb, this makes this obvious. She left that 1-year-old baby, man, in the middle of a goddamn hurricane, man. And her 4-year-old boy.
Located in the water behind the Vinton Welcome Center.
It was a
Body was one of her kids, man. Can you imagine how cold-hearted you have got to be to...
Well, my brother, let me show you something. What the scriptures say about these damn demons, man. Where is it? No, that's not that. Here we go. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 2. It says, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? It says, even the sea monster draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. You see that, man? And this is the reality of just how evil our people are. It said even a sea monster will draw to her breast and give suck to her young ones. The nigga woman won't give suck to her babies, man. She'll say that he ain't finna suck on my titties and mess up these titties. You better drink that Similac, not knowing that one of the most precious and most nourishing thing that a woman can give her child is breast milk, man. So that you can have a connection to your power, to your true nationality, to who you truly are, man. She'd rather he drink Similac. It's a goddamn artificial form of milk, just because she don't want her body to be ruined by a natural process that the Most High has created to nourish her child. You see how selfish these so-called women are? Just how batshit crazy and how backwards they are? That basically even a sea monster has more fucking love for her child than the so-called black woman does. Especially here in this condition, here and in this situation. See, this is why we need Yahweh Shai. This is why we need salvation. This is why we need to get the hell out of Babylon the Great and out of these bodies, man. So that this type of, curse and this type of, wickedness won't be on our people anymore, man. You see?
How cold-hearted you have got to be to not have a connection as a mother to your very own children. See, this is the thing. A lot of women have these youngsters, right? And then they don't really want them. They want to have the man, or they get the kid and just to tell everybody I got one. But when reality kicks in and settles in with them, when they see they have to be responsible, where they see they have to be, a person who will sacrifice, they have to put themselves second or last and put someone else first, they don't want it no more. They don't want nothing to do with it. So these women don't even have the natural love that comes with being a mother nowadays. I can't understand how you can carry a youngster in your womb for 9 months or anything like that. I don't understand that. You're supposed to be bonding with that child inside of you before the child is even born.
See, but these women don't be bonding with those children. Why? Because these bitches be pregnant. They be smoking weed, drinking Hennessy. You know what I mean? Playing that ratchet ass, funky ass, disgusting music, from the moment, like I said, hey, one of the most dangerous places for a so-called black male is in the womb of these so-called black women, because they don't cherish life, man. They don't, like a brother said, they can't, they don't have no connection, no bond with their children, because they're so burnt out. They're so, been laying with so many men. They got so much different semen within them that they can't even bond with their own children. You see, and this is why we need salvation. This is why we need to get the hell out of Babylon the Great. We need Yahweh Shai. We need divine intervention, man. All right? Hey, being here in America has done nothing but totally destroyed and ruined Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And hey, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for the elect, for the remnant. Otherwise, we would have been like unto Sodom and to Gomorrah, man. All right? And whatever this chick gets, she gets whatever she got deserved coming into. Well, I already know what she's going to get. This is what she's going to get, man. All right? This is what she's going to get. And I'm going to end it on there, man. All right? This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, and what land is that? It's talking about America, Babylon the Great. Saith Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and that's 2/3 of our people, man. Over 66.6% of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites here in America, you're going to be cut off and die. The Lord's going to literally, ultimately melt a whole lot of you jakes out here, man. And he has a horrible judgment that's prescribed for the wicked of our people. It says, but the third, which is the remnant, the 1/3 shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. And that's what's happening right now. The elect, the remnant, we're being refined, man. Hey, the Lord is literally purging out all of our wickedness, our sins, our, being corrupted, having, the love of this life. You know what I mean? The Lord is refining us through, through this truth, through this gospel. He has given us access to his Holy Spirit, and we're putting off the wickedness. We're being purged from all the filthiness and the gunk and the the blackness of black culture, and we're returning back into our true heritage of being Israelites. And through that process, we're being refined. We're purging all of the bullshit, man, that we picked up and we learned and we've been accustomed to while being here in Babylon the Great. And he's purging us. He's purging out all of the gunk, all of the shit, all of the wickedness, all of the wicked thoughts, the black culture, and all this shit that causes our people, to be worthless in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Like I read in Lamentations, man. How has the gold become dim? It says, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is my God. All right, but ultimately, man, hey, 2/3 gotta go right now, man. And this is just one of many stories of just how rotten, how wicked the so-called black woman has become here in Babylon the Great. And this is why we're so hastily waiting for the return of Yahweh Shai and the judgment of Babylon the Great, and for the 2/3 of our people to be destroyed, so that they can come back in the kingdom of heaven in their right minds with new bodies, and you know, these curses won't be upon us anymore, but we'll be a righteous and a holy people, and our punishment will be up here in Babylon the Great, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Until the next one, shalom.